Welcome to Speak Up, Speak Out, the go-to channel for leaders, professionals and change makers who want to communicate effectively, advocate for change, and have difficult conversations with ease. My name is Dr. Mami for Nikabs, your host. You are not speaking because of lack of confidence, but you don't understand how power works. My name is Dr. Mami for Nikabs, a communications expert and author of Speak Up, Speak Out. In this video, I'll teach you how to use your voice strategically to create the change that you want to see. Have you ever been in a conversation and had something to say but was hesitant to speak? Have you ever held your tongue in a meeting where you knew you had a contribution to make but you questioned and judged yourself? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Many of us struggle with speaking up because we think we are not confident enough, and we let that assumption, the lack of confidence, keep us from using our voice. If only you understand what power is and how to position yourself strategically. Speaking up, raising your hand, making your voice heard will be a walk in the park. I invite you to follow along. Save this video, share with somebody who you think needs to hear this message as well. Now imagine you are in a situation where a team meeting, for example, where something is being said, a discussion is going on, and you've probably thought about that same thing. You know you have a solution, but you don't speak. Many of us rob ourselves, our organizations, and society in general because we are not using our voices. We are not speaking up and speaking out. Now imagine the 5 daughters of Zelophehad, ancient Israel. I want you to picture this. Their father died without a son, and according to the laws of inheritance then, a man who dies without a son, his daughters cannot inherit his land. So these 5 daughters were in a position where they were going to lose their father's inheritance just because they were women. The beauty is, unlike many of us, they didn't just fold their hands. They spoke up and demanded for what was rightfully theirs. The question is, what can you and I learn from the story of the daughters of Zelophehad? What did they do? Why were they effective in their bid to ask for change? In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do same, so keep watching. Now, you might ask yourself, what's the cost of silence? What would it cost me if I decide not to speak up? Before I provide the answer, I want you to ask yourself, what opportunity would have come your way? What promotion have you missed because you didn't ask? What salary increment didn't you get because you didn't negotiate for it? When you don't speak up, you feel frustrated, you feel unheard, you feel unfulfilled. So the cost of silence is actually greater and should push you to speak up. Now, if you choose to continue to remain silent, it affects your career, your relationships, and even your mental health. Because you know very well that you are due this, but you have decided to remain silent. Do you see why it is important that you own your voice and speak up and speak out? Now, let's look at the workplace. How does your silence affect the workplace? Now, studies show that those who advocate for themselves earn more and advance faster in their careers than those who don't. The thing is, many of us are not taught how to do it, and so we don't do it. Or we feel that it is wrong to do it because of the way we have been socialized and brought up. So you might be wondering, how do you start? The first step is changing your mindset. You need a mindset shift about how you see power. So when I talk about power, I'm not necessarily talking about the loudest in the room. Can you just imagine with me for a moment a colleague who is always talking? They would always open their mouth to say something or the other, yet nothing gets done despite the fact that they are talking. Power is using your voice strategically in a way that it brings about change, that people actually listen to you and they do that which you are requesting for, or you're able to influence them to take a decision in your favor. That's what power is. So I need you to change your mindset, a mindset shift around what you think power is, and approach power differently. Now, so I also need you to understand that you deserve to be heard, that your voice matters, that you have a contribution to make, that there's a solution to a problem that you see in your environment that is within you and can only be heard if you speak up and speak out. Understand and recognize that and accept that. Accept that and walk with that. Now, society has taught many of us, particularly women and those from marginalized backgrounds, to downplay our voices, that our voice doesn't matter. But no, your voice matters. So I want you to take one step today. Audit your environment. Ask yourself, what's one thing that I can speak about concerning? What's one area that I would want to see change in? And how can I use my voice strategically to influence or cause that change to happen? Step number 2, you need to be clarity. And this is what I called my 3-part speak up strategy. The first one is clarity. Know exactly what you want to say before you say it. The daughter said, "Our father died without a male heir, but we need our inheritance. It is not our fault, so give us our father's inheritance." They were clear. Be clear about what you want to say before you say it. Ambiguity. Don't leave people to guess. Tell them exactly what you want and the solution that you are seeking. 2, timing. Timing is so necessary. Timing is key. Not every moment is right. Sometimes the general forum is the best place to speak. Sometimes one-on-one situations is the best place to speak. Timing is crucial if you want to see change or if you want to influence decisions, policy, behaviors. Is this the right time to speak? Yes, speaking up is good, but sometimes silence is even better. So consider the timing. Sometimes in the meeting when everyone else is around, like in the case of the daughters of Zelophehad, that's the best place to speak. Other times you need one-on-one, smaller encounters with the people you are trying to influence or the people's buy-in that you need. So be strategic with your timing and know when to speak. The final thing is the power of positioning. Now understand who holds power in your organization. Because if you are speaking to the wrong person, nothing will be done. So you need to audit your environment. Who do I need to speak to in this case to have this change, to get what I need? Identify those people and speak to them. Now, I'm going to break down the secrets to influence. Are you ready? The first thing, example, the case of the daughters of Zelophehad. Again and again, they knew what they wanted. They struck when the iron was hot. They didn't wait for later. So, if you look at them, they just didn't demand for change. Oh, the laws are not fair. Why are you treating women like that, like we do, complaining? They knew what they wanted and they asked for it. So they framed their request strategically in such a way that it was impossible for Moses and the elders to say no. Go back to my previous video where I touch on framing, and you can learn how to apply this. I give some examples. You can learn how to apply this to your specific situation as well. So, what can we learn from the daughters? They did their research. They said to Moses, "It is not our fault that our father died without a male heir." And they said, "Our father didn't die as a result of the rebellion, but he died because of his own sin." So they knew the facts. Do you know the facts surrounding the issue that you are demanding change for? That's the strategy. Know your facts and let the facts back your claim. Do your research. Present your case at the right time. For them, it was at the tent of meeting where Moses and the elders were present. Know your facts and strategically demand for what you are seeking redress for at the right time. Now, they use logic, not emotions. Emotions do play a role, but because they had done their research, they had the facts, they could use logical reasoning to advance their argument and win. Get what they wanted, and you can do same. So how can you apply this today? Briefly, prepare your case. Prepare. Gather your facts before you speak up. Pick the right moment. Is this better in a one-on-one situation? And it would depend on the leader or whoever it is you want to influence. Do you think it's better to speak to them one-on-one, or do I need to address this? So you prepare and then you pick the right moment. Now leverage influence. Build allies. Who can you call on? Who can you invite? Whose buy-in can you get? Who can you ask to speak on your behalf as well? If you're able to do this, you can influence change, which is something that God wants you to do anyway. Now, if this was valuable, I would invite you to get a copy of my book, Speak Up, Speak Out, where I break down these exact strategies and even apply modern day examples. It's packed with practical steps and guide to help you on your journey to influence, advocate for change, and navigate difficult conversations. If you want to step this process faster, you can sign on either to my one-on-one sessions or my group masterclasses.